Here in this session I am going to explain about the state space analysis. State space analysis. In this state space analysis I will explain what is an introduction. Second one is state space representation. State space representation using physical variables, comma, phase variables, comma, canonical variables. And the remaining part I will explain later. So, introduction to the state space analysis. So, this state space analysis is also used to analyze the systems. This is a system. It is output and it is input. This transfer function analysis, transfer function model is also used to analyze the systems C of S divided by R of S. Transfer function, Laplace transform of output by Laplace transform of input. This state space analysis, transfer function model analysis is used to analyze the systems. But the difference between this transfer function model and this state space analysis is, here we will neglect the initial conditions, but here we will consider initial conditions, and it is used for single input and single output systems, but it is used for multi input and multi output systems. So let me explain what is this initial conditions here. What are these multi input and multi output systems? So first of all, let me explain the initial conditions. Initial conditions means, suppose there is a circuit, consider an electric circuit which is having 100 volts here, and there is a switch here, a resistor here, another switch is present here, and here there is a voltage source is present here. This is the voltage source, and here there is a resistance, inductance. Okay, let us take the inductance here, and this is a capacitance here. This is capacitance. Okay, this is the capacitance, and there is an inductance. There is resistance 2 and it is resistance 1. At t is equal to 0, it was opened. T is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, it was closed. And the voltage source is, let us assume it is 50 volts. And t is equal to 0 is the switching action here. Here, at t is equal to 0, the switch is opened. Here, at t is equal to 0, the switch is closed. That means previously it is in contact with this R1, this 100 volt source, and previously it is open circuited. That means it is open circuited. That means, you see, there is a time function, this is a switching action at t is equal to 0, at t is equal to minus infinity, at t is equal to infinity here, the not up. This is the switching action here, minus infinity to 0. This switch is connected with this, that means the 100 volt source is connected with this R1 from minus infinity to 0, and from 0 to infinity it was closed, it was opened, and it is closed. That means 50 volt source is connected to this R2, like that this circuit is connected. That means what happens, there is a switching action at t is equal to 0 here, and at t is equal to 0 minus, t is equal to 0 plus. It is just before the switching action, it is just after the switching action. What happened? whenever the memory elements or dynamic elements are present here. You see, whenever the switch is in between this period, that means minus infinity to t is equal to 0 minus, what happens? The switch is connected to this R1, that means this 100 volt source is connected to this R1, thereby the current will passes like this, the current will flow like this, and some of the current will flow like this. Since it is open circuited in between this period minus infinity to 0 minus, it is open circuited, no current will flow through this one. So whenever the current is passes like this, it stores the energy because it is a dynamic element or a memory element. The inductor stores the energy in the form of magnetic field, and the capacitor, because of the current flowing through this capacitor, it will stores the energy in the form of electric field. So whatever the energy that is stores in this inductor, that is EL is equal to, energy stored in this inductor is half into L I square, and the energy stored in the capacitor is half into CV square, half CV square. That means because of the current flowing through the inductor and because of the voltage across the capacitor, there is a energy storages in this inductor and capacitor. Okay, whenever t is equal to 0, the switching action is done here. That means t is equal to 0, this switch is opened and this switch is closed here. But previously there is a current flowing through that element, flowing through this element. That is, let us assume previously before the switch is on and the switch is connected, let us assume the current flowing through this inductor is, let us assume IL of 0 minus is equal to some 5 amperes, and the voltage across the capacitor is VC of 0 minus is equal to some 10 volts. Whenever the switch is opened and the switch is closed at t is equal to 0, because of the switching action in the inductor, property of the inductor is it doesn't allow the sudden changes in current. That means IL of 0 minus is equal to IL of 0 plus. That means whatever the current that is passing at t is equal to 0 minus, the same current will pass us at t is equal to 0 plus also. So it will not allow the sudden changes in current, and the capacitor will not allow the sudden changes in voltage also. That means initially that means at t is equal to 0, what is happening? There is a current is flowing through the inductor and there is a voltage across the capacitor whenever the switch is closed and the switch is opened. So there is initially some energies are there here. So the energy in the inductor is due to the current, the energy in the capacitor is due to the voltage. So that these energies or these current and these voltages are nothing but initial conditions. That means the initial conditions are the current through the inductor and the voltage across the capacitor, So these are the initial conditions. Initially this much of current and this much of voltage through the inductor and the capacitor across the capacitor are there. So these are the initial conditions. While we are analyzing the systems with the transfer function model, we will neglect these initial conditions, but in the case of state space analysis we will consider those initial conditions. That is an important point here in this state space analysis. Okay, and also next thing here is it is used only for single input and single output systems. That means we will give the only one input and we will get the only one output. But in the case of this state space analysis, we will have the multi inputs and we will have the multi outputs. That means there is a system. This is a system. It is having the multi inputs. This is one input U1, U2, dash dash dash. Multi inputs, M inputs are there, and here Y1, Y2, dash dash, P outputs are there. So here M inputs, here P outputs. So this is a multi input and multi output systems. Okay, now let me expand what is a state space analysis. This is the analysis which is used to estimate the future behavior of the system from the present inputs and past history of the system. This state space analysis is used to analyze the future behavior of the system. That means future behavior means the output of the system from the present input, and past history. Past history means these initial conditions. Past history means these initial conditions. So these initial conditions or this past history can be represented with some variables known as state variables. State variables. State space analysis is used to estimate the future behavior or the output of the system from the present input and from the past history of the systems. Past history of the systems can be represented or described with state variables. The state variables are nothing but initial conditions. This is a past history, and the state variables normally the current through the inductor and the voltage across the capacitors are normally taken as the state variables here, and the state variables are normally represented like this. It is x1 is one state variable, x2 is the another state variable, dash dash dash. Let us assume there are xn state variables are there. Okay, then how to find the number of state variables for a particular electrical system? Suppose there is a electrical system or LC. There is an electrical system like this. The voltage is the input here, V of t. This is the resistance and it is a inductance and it is a capacitance. Here the current through the inductor, suppose the current through the inductor is IL, and the voltage across the capacitor, is Vc. So the state variables, since the memory elements or dynamic elements or the energy storage elements are two here, this is one element and this is another element. So two elements are there, two memory elements or two energy storage elements are there, so that there will exist as two state variables, and also one state variable is the current passing through the inductor IL and the voltage across the capacitor Vc. These two are the state variables. Suppose there is another question here like this. Here I am applying voltage source V of t, and this R, this L1 and it is L2, it is C1 and it is C2. Here there are 1, 2, 3, 4 energy storage elements are there, but here only two state variables will be there, only two state variables. Why? Because I can reduce this two inductors into a one inductor. Why? Because these two are connected in series. I can reduce these two capacitors, since they are connected in parallel, into I can reduce these two parallel combination into a single combination like this. This is a resistance, this is an inductance, and it is the capacitance. It's a capacitance. So here it is L equivalent is equal to L1 plus L2 and C equivalent is equal to C1 plus C2. So now there is only two energy storage elements are present here, L and C, so that there will exist two state variables. But now you see another question. This is a resistance and it is an inductor, it is a capacitance. Here it is another inductor, there is a capacitance, another capacitance is there. Now I am applying the input here V of t. It is resistance, it is L1, it is C1, it is L2 and it is C2. Here I cannot reduce these two inductors, I cannot combine these two inductors. Why? Because we cannot say they are series, these two inductors are connected in series or these two inductors are connected in parallel, we cannot say here. Similarly these capacitors also, these two capacitors are not connected in series or in parallel, so I cannot reduce this circuit, so that there will exist there will be four memory storage elements or four energy storage elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that there will exist four state variables here. So the number of state variables can be determined from the energy storage elements like this. Okay, next one, state vector. We already discussed what is the state space analysis. State space analysis is nothing but it is an analysis which will use it to analyze the future behavior of the system from the present input and from the past history of the system. Past history of the systems can be represented with a state variables, and these state variables are represented in a column matrix. Suppose there are n state variables here, x1, x2, xn state variables, which will give the information about the past history or which will give the information about the initial conditions. So they are nothing but state variables. They are represented in a column matrix x1, x2, xn. Then they are called as state vectors. This is a vector, it is a column vector which will represent the state variables here. Next, state model. Here this changes in the initial conditions. That means the change in the inductor current and the change in the capacitor voltage because of the switching action. There is a change. So the change, nothing but the change in the initial conditions can be a function of the inputs, and also the previous states. That means x dot is a function of previous states and the inputs here. Now this x dot can be written as x dot is equal to ax plus bu. So x dot is equal to ax plus bu. It is nothing but a state equation. Next, and also the output of y is a function of same thing, the past history and present input. The output is a function of the past history, state variables, and present input. So this y is equal to cx plus du. So, like this, it is nothing but output equation. These two equations combined are called as state model. State model consists of two equations. One is state equation, x dot is equal to ax plus bu, important, and another one is output equation, y is equal to cx plus du. So the state space analysis depends upon these two equations, that is x dot is equal to ax plus bu and y is equal to cx plus du. These two are very, very important. Why we are analyzing the state space analysis? These two are nothing but will give the state model. It is a state equation, and it is output equation. Okay. Now state space, second part is state space representation using physical variables. Using physical variables, how to represent the state space representation, how to represent the state space model. Now let us consider an electrical system, resistance, which consists of resistance, inductance and capacitance, like this. Here this is a V of t, resistance, inductance and capacitance here. Okay, first point, while we are representing this state space, that may be a physical variable, that may be a canonical variables, that may be a phase variables. First thing here is we need to identify the state, the state variables here. First point is how many state variables. Second point is what are the state variables. First one, how many state variables? The number of state variables is equal to the number of memory elements or the number of energy storage elements. Or the state variables can also be found out from the order of the system. Suppose the order of the system is y power 4 plus 3 y cube plus 2 y square plus 2y plus 4 is equal to 0. Suppose this is the order. In this, the order is 4. Since the order is 4, this number of state variables is 4 here. So we will discuss this one later. Here in this electrical system, the number of state variables is nothing but the number of memory storage elements or the number of energy storage elements. Here only two energy storage elements are present here, L and C. So two state variables are there. Next, what are the state variables? The state variables, normally the current flowing through the inductor IL and the voltage across the capacitor is taken as the state variables. Okay, IL is, let us assume it is one state variable, and VC is another state variable x2. So there are two state variables, IL current through the inductor and voltage across the capacitor is two state variables. Now if you want to write the state model, state space representation means I need to write the state model for this electrical system using physical variables is nothing but these are the physical variables. Now to write this state model, I have to write the KVL, or some cases we need to write the KCL also. Write down the KVL here. For the KVL, V of t is equal to R into, let us assume the current flowing through this is I, or this is the current I, okay, R into I plus L into di by dt. The voltage across the inductor is L into di by dt plus VC. VC is the voltage across this one. So the algebraic sum of the voltages in a closed path is equal to 0 is nothing but the KVL. So V of t is equal to R into Y, this one. Now the current passing through this capacitance is I. Let us assume the current passing through the capacitance is IC or I, or the same current the same current passes through the inductor also, that is equal to IL also. So the current passing through the inductor IL is equal to the current passing through the capacitor IC. The current passing through this circuit is I, same here. That is equal to IC is equal to, we know that this formula, C into dVC by dt. The current passing through the capacitance C is equal to IC is equal to C into dVC by dt. So these two are the equations. This is one equation and it is another equation. From this you write down the differential equations, that is from equation 1, from equation number 1, L into di by dt plus R into Y plus Vc is equal to V of t or V. From this di by dt is equal to L into di by dt is equal to V minus Vc minus I into R. Di by dt is equal to V by L minus Vc by L minus I into R by L. So di by dt is nothing but it is I dot. This is represented with I dot. I dot means di by dt. Okay, this is one equation. Next, another equation here is this one. So IC is equal to, or I is equal to, or IL is equal to I is equal to C into dVc by dt. From this dVc by dt is equal to 1 by C into I. So Vc dot is equal to 1 by C into I, 1 by C into I. So this is another equation number. So it is equation number 3. Why? Because it is 1 and 2. It is equation number 3 and it is equation number 4. Now we already derive we already assume these variables, state variables, the current through the inductor and the voltage across the capacitor. IL or I or IC, both are same here, x1. Okay, replace with these variables here. In place of I dot is nothing but x1 dot. X1 dot is equal to, or dx1 by dt is equal to V divided by L minus Vc is nothing but x2 divided by L minus I is nothing but x1 into R by L. So this is one equation. This is another equation. This is the 5. Next, from equation number 4, this is from equation number 3. and from equation number 4, Vc is nothing but x2. x2 dot is equal to 1 by c into I is nothing but x1. Now you represent, this is the sixth equation, you represent these equations in the form of matrix, which will give the state model here. So x1 dot and x2 dot is equal